And the homosexual news is, with this whole campaign for Deadpool and Wolverine that's been popping up, and I'm going to show y'all a couple of the campaign posters for context. The people out here think that this whole campaign with Deadpool and Wolverine is a bit homophobic. And so I was like, let's talk about it. So Out Magazine, shout out to y'all. Actually, before we get into the thing, let me pull up one of the pictures. Okay, so it says that there seems to be isn't it so funny how gay Deadpool is for Wolverine? That seems to be the mantra for the currently ongoing marketing campaign for the upcoming Marvel Studios film Deadpool and Wolverine, and we're so tired of it. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is famous for its terrible queer representation. The first queer character in an MCU movie was a grieving man, a nameless queer played by Avengers Infinity War director Joe Russo. Additional queer characters and storylines have been cut from Marvel movies, including a gay kiss in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That was between one of the Dora Milaje, a scene with a woman leaving Valkyrie's apartment, because, Valkyrie, played by Tessa Thompson, her character is bisexual. And a lesbian icon, America Chavez, being reduced to a preteen with a rainbow patch on her jacket. Now the same company is trying to convince us that Deadpool is going to be gay for Wolverine in the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. We have to laugh. After the first Deadpool, fans celebrated that it had a scene where Wade Wilson, Ryan Reynolds, is pegged by his girlfriend Vanessa. However, he only agreed to do it because it was International Women's Day, and when it happens, the camera zooms in on his wincing face, showing he is definitely not liking it. If the message was it's okay for masculine men to get pegged, why end the scene with a joke about how horrible it feels for a man to get pegged? Especially when there's a lot of straight men out here that enjoy getting pegged. So I hate the fact that, Hollywood continues I get what Out Magazine means, because it just seems that, okay, y'all just try to come out here and make it seem like, why are we still in a society that homosexuality is an uncomfortable thing or it's wrong or whatever? This is why I hope that, with the upcoming DCU, and James Gunn, that he's not going to shy away from, gay superheroes, because I'm sure I believe there's a couple that, I wish I would have had the time to Google Schmoogle to see what the characters are in this group, one of the DCU film movies or TV shows or whatever that James Gunn has on the roster features two gay superheroes that are a couple. So I really hope that he doesn't shy away from that when it when the time comes for the show, because we do want that representation. And when we see shows like when we see certain TV shows on TV that embrace gay superheroes and gay characters, like when you watch The Boys and so many other shows, we want that same thing in movies. But it seems like that y'all are just worried about those films not being accepted in China, because you know how China is when it comes to the LGBTQ community. So that's what they be worrying about, because they want that Chinese coin. So it says now Disney and the MCU are doubling and tripling down on the gay jokes. The marketing for Deadpool and Wolverine is leaning heavily on the fact that Deadpool is pansexual and that he is head over heels gay for the gruff, stoic, and straight Wolverine played by Hugh Jackman. But is Hugh Jackman straight? Now, they said the IMAX poster for the film showed Wolverine's fist with his claws out as Deadpool gently strokes one of the claws and caresses his hand. It's not meant to be sexy, only funny that the two could be doing something even remotely intimate with each other. Furthermore, the marketing doesn't imply that anything serious will actually happen between the two men. It's all jokes. And then it does feel like I just don't want it to make it seem like that, okay, so y'all being party poopers. And then they have this one where it's a riff on Beauty and the Beast. So it says Marvel Studio parent company Disney also recently released a new illustrated poster in Portuguese that was clearly inspired by the 2017 live-action Beauty and the Beast romantic poster. Here, Deadpool is in the role of Belle, dancing with Wolverine in the spot of the Beast. Get it? Deadpool is the girl here. He's the effeminate one. He's the faggy one. Isn't that so funny? And then they had the popcorn bucket. Now, let's not forget, prior to, and I did want this one, the Doom 2 popcorn bucket came out. which y'all remember, the Dune 2 popcorn bucket literally looked like a damn flashlight because they were using the little sandworms. It looked like a flashlight. I kind of wonder if people were actually using it as such. Now that the movie is done, what it's done is you can watch it on HBO Max and all other stuff, and now people have the bucket saved in their homes. I did wonder if they still have that. So now we have Wolverine and Deadpool team saw it as like, you know what, this would be a great opportunity for us to do another queer baiting type situation. So the bucket, the Deadpool and Wolverine bucket, I don't know if y'all saw that. I should probably, speaking of which, show y'all that bucket. So yeah, so this is basically the bucket that they have, that we see here. Let me turn the sound off because I don't want no copyright type situation jumping up in there. And now what that look like you basically stick your whole meat up in there. And then here we go with the popcorn, and then it's going to have like the make the whole ejaculation joke. So we have this sort of situation here, which is like y'all playing this up. And yeah, you know what? I didn't really think much of it because I was just thinking, so now here we go. Look at it. Nasty. Yeah. So, um, so yeah, so now people have a problem with, well, Out Magazine has a problem with it because they're the ones that's bitching. So now they're saying, is this movie trying to convince us that Wolverine sucks? Gives baloney washes. This is what queerbaiting actually is. If Wolverine ever sucks dick in the MCU, I will happily issue a full apology, but that's never going to happen. Instead of feeling like a step forward in queer representation in the MCU, this feels like a huge step back. These jokes don't feel like they're coming from inside the queer community. They feel like the jokes frat guys and jocks, quite as it's kept, a lot of them, they'd be hunching each other too. And that's not just a simulation. I said frat jocks and guys used to lob at people like us back in high school and college. These are the same jokes made in movies like Boat Trip, where Cuba Gooding Jr. and Horatio Sands pretend to be gay on a gay cruise. And Now I Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, where Adam Sandler and Kevin James pretend to be gay to get married. Even the TV Tropes website page for the homophobic trope, Queer People Are Funny, lists the 2016 Deadpool movie and its 2018 sequel as a second example in its film's live action section. The titular Deadpool in Deadpool 2016 and its sequel is pansexual, with his relationship to Vanessa being treated serious for showing him happily molesting other guys for comedy. Now Deadpool and Wolverine is taken into the next level of homophobia, making nearly every ad for the movie by these jokes about Deadpool groping its straight co-stars. Obviously, we are not falling for it. As the classic tweet says, getting queerbaited by the MCU is like losing at chess to a dog, and we know all of this dog's tricks. Now, I would say, okay, y'all doing the most, but in a way, they have a point. And it's sort of like, I'm all here for a gay joke if y'all gonna make Deadpool queer in this film. Don't just be using being gay or whatever as the butt of the joke, because it's just lame. It's a cheap shot. It's like they said, frat boy, grade school type of ha ha he he whatever. And I don't want to be the butt of the joke at the expense of your movie. Now here's the thing. I'm excited to see Deadpool. I'm really hyped to see this film when it comes out. I'm a Deadpool fan. I have Deadpool as a screensaver on my phone. I don't even know if y'all can see it. Hold on. See, I got Deadpool as my screensaver on my iPhone. So, um, I don't see what I don't want to say I don't see what the big deal is. I do see what the big deal is. It's like, yeah, I don't want to come as one of those people that's a stick in the mud or whatever. You can't make fun of gay people. You can't make fun of if the jokes is clever, I'm going to laugh. But it does seem like, okay, now that I look at it, it does seem like y'all just doing these cheap shots for laughs or whatever. It just feels very much, it feels lazy. It feels lame. It feels late. It's like y'all could do better than that with the jokes and the gags. Like, come on, really bring it if y'all gonna do that. And I do wish that, you know what, y'all know that in the comics, Deadpool is pansexual. Why not lean into that? If people are going to be uncomfortable about it, oh well. And that's why I love the fact about the boys. The boys, they're like, you know what? Our show is political. Our show is all these other things. And if y'all have a problem with it, Okay, go suck an egg. We don't give a damn. And while I was, because look, Homelander is bisexual. And so if y'all would have actually played that up, I think people would have wanted that too. But I'm kind of glad they didn't really go in there because he's such an asshole on that show. It's like, well, we don't want that stinge. Because the show is not even following the source material from the comics anymore. Now, I mean, which makes it even a much better show in my opinion. So what do y'all think of this story? Do y'all really think that, with Deadpool and Wolverine coming out, do y'all think that Out has a point, or are we just, or is it much ado about nothing? Or are we just like, or are they just like, okay, just relax, like take a coffee enema, loosen up a little bit. It's just jokes, whatever. Or is it that, yeah, or maybe what the real problem is that we want real queer representation in these superhero movies because we don't really get it. And when we do get queer representation, it just feels like this one little write-off. Like it just feels like a bunch of nothing. And so we want to see real representation because look, a lot of these kids out here, especially that's the same gripe we have when we want to see black superheroes or other races who want to be incorporated in the MCU. It's not a woke thing or any of the other stuff. Maybe the way that the writers and the studios is going about it feels a little woke-ish, but for the most part, at the end of the day, people, queer people, black people, Indian people, women, whatever the case, any marginalized community, we just want to see ourselves represented on the big screen in a light where we have somebody to dress up as or play cosplay with, for Comic-Con, for Halloween, whatever event that we have. So let me know what you guys think of this story down below.